Hello to the beloved bass community out there in the world. Today I wanted to go over something that I find myself using quite a lot. In the old days we used to use quite big cabinets, double 15s, 410s, 410s with a 15, and rather big amplifiers and big PAs and acoustic drum kits, and all that stuff needed a van or a truck to lug it around in. We used to do our own lugging. We were a lot younger, we were a lot more flexible, we were a lot more tolerant of torturing ourselves. As you get older, of course, it's a little bit harder on the body and everything else. Plus, these days, there's a whole bunch of really compact, light, very powerful, very clean sounding stuff. So if you go into the world, say, of audio and digital audio mixing, you'll find it opens up a whole lot of facility for you, particularly in the realm of having auxiliary sends. So because we've gone digital, we have a lot of auxiliary sends. We all use in-ear monitors. There's no longer any amplifiers on stage, and our drummer has an electronic drum kit, so really there's very little noise on the stage, very little level, which is good. It doesn't interfere with the front of house. You can get a much nicer sound out the front while still being able to hear yourself with your own mix. And what I find myself using quite a bit is this Sansamp DI and like a preamp. And now there's a new version of this I've noticed that's come out, and I haven't had the privilege of getting my hands on one just yet. However, I don't think the functionality is much different to this one here, and what we have here is a very simple level control. I think we've got bass and treble, a blend. The blend goes between a sort of valve emulation that way, and solid state emulation that way, and anything in between. So you can blend the two and get some really cool sounds. Of course, your bass and treble and your drive, which will on the tube side give you that sort of tube overdrive and a presence control. There's a few switches here for the levels, and if you're going to use this phantom powered, you'll need to have the ground switch on, and that's how I use it, so I don't worry about batteries. However, if you are going to plug it into something that's not phantom powered, there is a battery in the back. It's quite a neat unit. It's made of metal. It's got some rubber feet. It sits on the floor well. You can switch it in, out and in like that. I'm interested to hear about the new version, but I don't think it sounds that different. I think it's just got a little slightly different functionality. So what we're going to do is plug in a few different basses and play with a few of the tones and see what we get. So for the first cab off the rank, we'll use a much loved instrument in the bass world, which is the precision bass, and a lot of people play these. So now I'm just going to the solid state sound, a bit of bass and treble boost. So it's quite clean. You can get a lot of variation from the bass and treble controls. So you can thin it out, fatten it up, but it sounds quite thick. If I go over to the valve emulation, and I'll do that with no drive at first. You can hear how the sound is a lot different. The bass and treble still work the same. And I can dial in some drive now. To give it that grit. control. And now I can dial in the amount of hair I want on it and just bring it back and mix, blend the solid state and the tube emulation, and get that sort of gritty sound. If I knock the drive back and just go halfway between solid state and tube, it gives me a nice sound. That's a pretty cool sound on the P-Bass. I like the tube emulation for the P-Bass. Another popular bass that's used a lot is the jazz bass, and what I'm going to do at this stage is probably just move the camera and put it on the Sansamp so you can actually see what it is that I'm tweaking. So we'll just do that and be right back. So I'm hoping you can see that reasonably well. At the moment my blend is on solid state and my level is my level, my drive is off there, and my bass and treble are at those levels there. If I start to put this blend over towards the valve emulation, sorry, I'm trying to keep that steady. Then I'm going to use the presence control to give it a bit more bite. And the drive control to give it a bit more drive. And you can go all the way to, if I crank that, if I turn it off, that's the sound of the bass through a PA speaker, which is the flattest thing I sort of have. If I turn it back on, so sometimes I like to blend the two to give me a little bit more, a little bit of that valve drive. So you can see you can get quite a few different sounds out of it if I'm blending all the way across. It's quite a bit of a boost in volume there because of the drive. Says here doing a bad Steve Harris. So that's the jazz bass. So you can see it gives it quite a lot of tonal options depending on what you want to do. And last but not least, we'll try the my latest edition, which is the Hofner Beetle Bass. Just going to turn the drive down, the blend across, solid state. Let's see. So it gives it a little bit of tone there. Now if we go over to the valve side, it starts to get quite interesting. And with a pick, and with a bit more drive. Whoops, a bit too loud. So you can see it gives you a fair few tonal options if you really like your overdrive. It's not a bad overdrive pedal either if you want to use it that way. So I really like the little Sansamp Bass DI. It gives you a lot of the features that you would want. One of them that I find particularly useful is the phantom power, because it means I only need to run one microphone lead to the console and it powers it. I have not to worry about batteries at all. I can leave it plugged in, all that sort of thing. As I said, it's metal, it's quite robust. I've had it for years. It's been rolling around in my gig bag for ages, so I can vouch for the solid construction. I'm hoping the new ones, they certainly look as good. They have some push buttons rather than switches here, and it comes in again a metal case to protect it, which is a great thing too. And I don't think you can really go wrong with it. If you are doing what I'm doing and you're not really requiring an amp, you just need some tone control, this is the perfect thing for it. So I hope that helps some of you guys. I know that these are sort of still available at shops, but I'd say very shortly they'll be replaced by the new one. If I can get my hands on one, we'll review that and compare the two. The next thing I really would like to get my hands on, because a friend of mine brought one over, is a Trace Elliott ELF amplifier, which I'll tell you about as soon as I can get it back here and we can do a nice little review on it, and I'll tell you what I think about that. In the meantime, keep having fun, keep playing bass, keep making music, keep well, and I'll see you at the next video. Thanks for watching.